Welcome to the next part of OSPF interview questions and answers series. Until now, we have discussed about OSPF multicast. We discussed that there are two types of multicast addresses and who uses what. DR uses to send or receive, or DR other BDR who uses which type of address. We also discussed previous to that different types of areas, that how E1, E2, N1 and 2 they are redistributed and they change the LSA type. So if you have missed any of these parts, you can go back and watch the previous parts of this series. So an interviewer might ask us that can 224.0.0.5 packets cross a layer 3 boundary. So he wants to ask that whether the multicast packets generated, can they cross the layer 3 boundary. What is layer 3? Which means a router. So the answer is no. Why? Because we discussed previously that its scope is link local and it cannot be routed. Another question, what happens if a router doesn't listen to 224.0.0.5? So what can happen if there are, let's say, there are multiple routers. There is router 1, there is router 2, there is router 3. They are connected together. So if one of the router, it stops listening to 2240.0.5 due to any problem, due to multicast problem, due to any problem here at R3. So definitely as soon as we configure OSPF on R1, R2, R3, they will start sending and receiving hello packets. So if R3 does not respond, which means that it cannot form the neighborship with R1 and R2. R1, R2 they will form with each other successfully, but this won't happen. Why? Because R3 is silent. Even though it's working, BGP, it's working, all the basic layer 2, layer 3 protocols, it has it's established everything. CDP is working, LLDP is working, but if multicast is not working, 224005 is not working, then nothing can happen. So the answer is that it won't receive hello packets and it cannot form OSPF neighborship. So it will stay like a normal non-OSPF router, because the first condition is to listen and send multicast, the process that we discussed about OSPF. Next question, can OSPF use unicast instead of multicast? So just ask your heart, until now whatever we have discussed, can an OSPF router, can it use unicast instead of multicast on any type of network? The answer is yes. Remember we discussed that there are multiple types of networks or interface types in OSPF. We have point to point, we have broadcast, and we have non-broadcast. So it can use unicast on the non-broadcast multi-access networks, or when it is manually configured. So either we can do this configuration manually or either by default on NVMe networks. What are NVMe networks? We discussed previously in this series. If you have missed, you can go through. On which type of, next question, on which network types is multicast used by default in OSPF? So which of these types they use multicast by default? Definitely here point to point and the broadcast. On non-broadcast we discussed it uses unicast. This was the previous question. That's why I created two questions to link them, that OSPF uses unicast instead of multicast on NVMe. So other than non-broadcast type of network, so all the broadcast and point to point, it uses multicast. So this is a little bit tricky question, because usually we think yes, OSPF uses multicast on everywhere, but you have to be careful when interviewer asks us. So on point to point and broadcast, only these two types. So the answer is point to point and broadcast. We use multicast, and NVMe or non-broadcast type we use the unicast. Next question, what is the IP class of 224005 and 006? So remember, we have two multicast addresses. One is ending with .5, the other one is ending with .6. So what is the class? Previously we discussed there are multiple classes, class A, class B, class C. Class A starts with 10 dot something. Class B starts with 176 something. Class C starts with 192.168 something, and so on. Then there is a class D as well. So these two multicast addresses, they belong to class D, which is specifically for the multicast. There was typing mistake on the 128. So the class A addresses, usually we are familiar with 10.0, but actually it starts from 1000, what I explained to you. And then class B starts from 128, but we are familiar with 170 something. Class C starts from 19200 something, 1920.1, but we are familiar with 192.168. Class D, this is the class we are talking about. So it starts from 224.0.0.0 up to 239 and all 255. So this is a special class for the multicast group. So I have shared this cheat sheet, this resource with you. These cheat sheets are summary sheets which contain the whole topic in one sheet. So they are very good for interviews. You guys can download them from the links. I'll share the link again. I shared previously as well. And you can keep with you whenever you have an interview. Just open and you will remember everything about IPv4. Similarly, we have for OSPF as well, which contains all these concepts which we are discussing. So go through the cheat sheets, watch the YouTube videos, and then try these questions. Then there are quizzes on our website, so you can attempt the quizzes and then make your own notes. So in this way your topics will be very good, like OSPF, like BGP. So deal with them topic by topic. So this question, the answer is they all belong to multicast. Other routing protocol, they have also in this range the multicast addresses. Next question, what is the default TTL of packets that are sent to 224.0.0.5? TTL is time to live, which means that how many hops, let's say we have routers or we have the devices. So usually TTL means like ping. In some protocols we have TTL 255, sometimes we have 128 and so on. So TTL means, let's say we send something, so after every hops, whether it's layer 2 layer 3 boundary, so after crossing every hop the TTL is reduced. If we start with TTL 128 from here, so when it reaches here it will be 127, here it will become 126, and then here it will become 125, and so on. It keeps reducing, and once it reaches to 0, then the packet will die. So 0 means packet will die. Now by default the TTL value of our multicast packets is 1. What does this mean? This means that it will stay only for one hop. After crossing one hop, then it will die down. So it is called link local scope. Very important point for interview. Does a point-to-point OSPF link use 224.0.0.6? So we just discussed that on point-to-point links we use only 225. Why? Because point-to-point link we don't need DR and BDR. This is slide number. Let me go back. So we just discussed the here in this one. So who uses 224.0.0.6? DR and BDR. They listen on this one. So on point to point we are not selecting DR, BDR, so no need of this all complex things. As soon as you configure the network type, the interface type of OSPF as point to point, then it uses only 225. Sorry, 224.0.5. So only this one is used on point to point links. Next question, can OSPF use different multicast addresses in different areas? Which means that Let's say we have different areas of OSPF. We have this backbone area, or we have this area 0 central area. We have multiple routers. These are different routers, and what do we call these routers? They are called as area border router, right? This is called internal router. These are also some questions, so you must remember. ABR, which is on the boundary of two areas, and then here we have area 1, like this. So can it use different multicast addresses in different areas, which means if we have a multicast address 224.0.0.5 here, can we use 224.0.0.9 here? The answer is no. So same multicast address will be used everywhere. If there is a listener, whatever we discussed, who listens and who sends. So if he is listening, definitely in all areas he'll be listening on .5.5. So the answer is no. The same addresses are used in all areas. Next question. Can two routers form OSPF neighbor shape if one doesn't receive multicast traffic due to any reason? We just discussed. So the answer is no. There was a similar question just now. So the answer is no. They will remain in stuck in initialized state. Remember, there are multiple states of OSPF. So which ends in the full state. So if it is stuck in the initialized state, it means OSPF is not working between these two routers. So let me stop here. So we make a separate part in the next one so that we can discuss questions and answers. You guys can write in the comments only these questions. So I want to make the parts around 10 to 12 minutes each so that we discuss in detail whenever we will have our live session. Or you guys can also write your questions in the chat below in the comment section. So I'll be happy to answer. See you in the next part.